Hi again, guys. This is C Sharp again, bringing you your third prototype here. Thanks for all the feedback for us in the past. We're going to show you our third prototype, as I said, and it's important, I guess, to know that it is not completely done, but we do have some improvements that we would like to show you here today. So why don't we get started now? So I guess first things first, we should log in as the author. Because that's the whole person who's going to get this whole thing started for us today. Alright, so you'll notice here a little bit better the layout, hopefully more to your liking. You can create submissions here and do most of the stuff from the main screen as opposed to last time. And toolbar is still there at the side. But essentially for our story today, the author is pretty much going to create a new submission. And not much has changed on this end. We did change the type to just have the two options like suggested from you guys. And why don't I just go ahead and fill this out and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have all the information in, you would go ahead and create your submission. And here it will take you to a page to give you a recap, your information about your submission, and we did add the random generator there for us to just give us a random number for that. And what we did to make it a little bit easier on ourselves is added a little extra step to add the file. We were having some issues adding it to the page before, so why don't we just go ahead and upload a file with it as well. It does bring you to this page. These two things shouldn't be here right now. This is just how we track how to get the paper to here. And this should be done on the back end, the status, to change it accordingly. But this is where you would just upload your file and save it to your file. So now we have a submission and it's on your home page to show your submissions. And the best thing to do would be to switch over to the editor and see what happens from there. I guess one thing I forgot to mention as well. So we just did create that submission. We do have it set up to our friend's email here, but you will get an notification, the editor-in-chief, and pretty much it'll let you know when a new submission is now submitted to you guys. So that's the one feature we did add for that. Okay, so now logged in as the editor, you're going to see a paper submitted to you here as saw in the email as well. And what you're going to want to do after going through it and make sure you're going to accept it, you're going to assign your associates. And if you did need to change any information that maybe just seemed more appropriate for the article, you could change it as well. But here you would assign your associate 1 and associate 2. Notice that if you did try to add another one, it would stop you just because you're only supposed to have one for the associate 1 and one for the associate 2. Alright, so once you have your associates, you're going to save that and bring you back to the home page. And one feature we did add as well was a little messaging pop-up system. So if you go here to your menu and go to subscriptions, you're going to come to the screen here. And subscribe. We already did subscribe. So what would happen is once you come to this screen, it's going to come up with a pop-up that just allows you, pretty much you want to give it permissions to press yes to send it messages. And basically what would happen once you name it is it would come here. We just put the same person, obviously, as we're logged in, just to show that it does work. Hey, paper came in. And pretty much what would happen is boom, it would come up on obviously the other person's screen. You would change to maybe the associate 1 or the associate 2 and send the message that way. Okay, so we logged in on one of the associates here and we just wanted to go to the menu. So pretty much you're going to come here to see the papers you are assigned to. During the cutscene, actually, as you can see, there's one paper here, the one you saw us assign it to. But what we did was created another submission just to show that the paper you are assigned to is the only one that's going to show up here. So what we're going to do is switch over to the other associate and just show how, I'll just do it real quick here. How if you were the other associate, it does show the other paper you are assigned to, and it only shows you the ones you are assigned to here. So now that we see the papers that we have here, we're going to go ahead and click on ours. And what you're going to see on this page is different revisions of the paper of people that have made revisions, or it's completed, or all the different statuses you could see here, accepted in that. So this one right here would be a minor revision that the other associate might have put some comments, or the editor put some comments. It's pretty much just hard-coded in there. But what we're going to do now is review the pending one that the editor sent you. So right now we have all the sections obviously showing. But pretty much you would open your file from this screen. The idea would be later to get the appropriate boxes for the person who's logged in at the time. We didn't know if there should be question and answers for each associate, so we just kind of made a general comments box for this right here, and where you can just put your comments. But obviously the idea would be, if you were associate editor 1, you would only see associate editor 1 text box to put your own comments in, and you wouldn't fill in these other ones. But like I said, if we needed other text boxes to add in various questions, various text boxes, we could do that as well. So once we fill in our information for the review, we're going to hit create, and it's just going to give you a little detail about all the stuff that you've done for it. And that's pretty much as far as prototype part 3 goes. As you can see, most of the functionality is there. It's just a matter of taking it and applying to every section, which we just didn't get around to, unfortunately. Like the email is set up, we just don't have it to set up to where if a associate does finish one part, the editor gets the email, but it's just something that, like, we have the hard part written down for. It's just a matter of applying it to all the small sections we didn't get around to. As far as obviously the filler text, we don't have actual instructions filled in. We just wanted to kind of get functionality done first. Most of the design we did end up, there was a couple pages obviously that didn't have the same full design as like the main screens on these ones, but other than that, that's just as far as it goes for prototype 3. Thank you very much for watching our videos, giving us feedback and all that, and thank you very much for your time.